brief update. I think it's looking pretty cool. Let's get back a little bit. I decided I'm not going to commit to any like doors or anything here until I see, because I'm going to have a kitchen shelf come across here, and there's probably about, I don't know, 5 or 6 inches, but I want like 14, which means it'll come in here about 6 inches here. Oops, can't see what I'm filming, huh? So 6 inches across here to give me the full 14, and so that'll affect how these doors open. So I'll deal with that. Might have to change the height on these so they match the level of the shelf. I don't know. We'll see what happens. And just a brief summary. The water, I took the water tray out. It's going to go in there. You can see the top. And then that little triangle right there, window, it'll be right about where the fill tube is exposed when you open the back door. And I'll probably come up with some sort of pocket that, so in case you spill while you're filling it, just runs out the car. Little sink kitchen area. I'm keeping in the back of my mind that I might have this where I can lift it off and turn it like 180 degrees so I can use the sink from outside the door if I want to. That'd be kind of cool. Again, we have, I'll put some holes in these, but we have our under the floor storage just in this small section here. So from here back, it's like zero clearance. From here forward, there's about 2.5 inches. And then after that hinge line, I think there's like 8 inches. So there's storage under there as well behind the seats. And this one comes out in 2 pieces. Maybe I'll take those out and turn them into 1 piece. I don't know, not really important, but that's where we're at. Let's go outside and I'll give you a view from the entrance. Shop's a cluster. Believe it or not, it's not that bad. It's just working in a tight area. So that's it. So I'm back to making shelves. Basically, I run this board from side rail to side rail, and then this would be the front. And then I just start gluing in strips, and this is the interior wall of the vehicle along here. Anyway, I've been kind of avoiding this, but I got to get it done so we can move on. So I'm working on this one. This is the second shelf. Excuse me, second shelf for the passenger side. So it's going to be this shelf here. Oops. So I have one more to do there. I got these 2 done, and that one, let's see if we can get an angle of it there, and yeah, so I'm just going to keep going on these shelves today, and like I said, I got that one cut and traced onto my plywood, and I need to template that one, cut and trace it, so I'm just going to keep going here. Alright, we're templating out the bottom shelf. I don't give you guys too many actual building videos, but we're going to make an attempt on this one with my tripod. So first thing I do is I take this runner and I run it across where the shelf's going to be. No, I don't glue that down yet. First thing I do is do the leading edge. be exact. Lay that down. And we're going to do the side piece. That's going to go under the board. And I'm going to put a dab of glue under there. And this corner's got a jog in it, so we're just going to do a little jog there and see how close we can get. Came up a little short, so what's good about this stuff is that I can just add more and keep stacking it. So this piece and this piece don't quite come together, so I'm just going to cut a little square. And bridge it. Which happens to be my beagle's name. It's actually my daughter's beagle, but alright, so I've got that 90 done. And then so the next thing we want to do is like see how close can we get out to the inside wall of the truck. So what I do is I go out and then I back it off like 1/4 of an inch, and then I'll cut that off. Glue it on to the bottom of that stick. Now I know kind of how far back I can go. I got to do this side too. Let me get that done. That'll give me 3 sides once I get this one glued in. I'm gonna know right about where to put the glue, so that side's going to stick under the stick, and this side's going to go over this one. So we go over and under. All right. So let me grab the tripod here. So at this point, I'll run a piece out like this, get close to the door, and then I'll run one across here. This stick is pretty much where I want the edge, so I don't even need to put anything there. But then I'll put a little piece out to there, and then I'll bridge it across to this one, and then it could be that edge. And then I'll pull a piece off the bottom here, out, and then run a bridge to this one, and then I'll pretty much have my entire template. So from here on, I think just so you guys can see what I did over here and there, that corner there, and I think you get the idea. So we're going to shut you off, and I'll come back when I get it all done. Okay, well this is, I forgot to video it before I took it off the shelf, but this is how it turned out. I've already laid it out over here and traced it out, and I'm about to cut it out. So I'd realized that I didn't really, needs to be nailed down. I'm not quite there yet. But I realized I didn't really show you guys the finished product on the shelves. I just showed you the templating and told you I'd get back to you. So that's how those came out. So I went to the swap meet today and I found this. It's got a couple little like nicks in the elbow, but I found this little faucet for drinking water for like 10 bucks. And I drilled my hole in my Walmart bowl. And that almost looks professional, doesn't it? Happy with that. So I wanted to give you guys a little surprise. I've been experimenting with some trim work, and I got some reclaimed wood over the sink and below the sink, and coming in on this bulkhead. So it's coming in the, oh, and I experimented with closing off that shelf. But anyway, coming in, it's going to look something like this. I don't know what I'm going to do for flooring yet, but anyway, I kind of like that reclaimed wood look. Obviously, I will trim it out along the edges, so don't worry about that. But that's where I'm at.